someone, a family, I'm not going to say who it was, but a family member has put a jinn with you. So they were already aware what was happening with you. They knew exactly what you're going to mess up, saying stuff. And it's them people that are going with you and your parents, and it's them people that are putting it on you to make you even worse.
Right, guys, welcome back to the second episode, and today we're going to be carrying on with the sister's conversation from Manchester regarding her jinn possession. In the first episode, she started talking about how it all started, what she went through, and how she was told at the end of the first episode that she had a second jinn with her that was not just a jinn that was attracted to her, but it was actually sent. Now, if you do want to watch the first episode is already out. Have a look. The link will be on the description below. And we'll carry on from the second episode. Now, sister, where we left off was that you said that you went to a mess up and the mess up told you that there was a second jinn that was sent. Please continue.
Hi, I went to the mess up and get like this new one, and I was told that I had the one with me, that got attracted to me, and I got one sent to me. And also in the previous episode, I forgot to mention that it got to a point where I didn't like Muslim people, I didn't like Asian people, I just didn't like how they lived their life or anything that they did. I just didn't like Asian people.
Yeah.
So so this mess up, I was told that someone's done black magic on me.
Right. So so there was a second jinn. Is that correct?
So I started getting new signs.
Just to circle back, the first Mythology that you saw, did he tell you that the jinn was attracted to you because of your hair being out and walking down that road, or is that something that you believe was the cause of the possession?
That's something I found out later on.
Okay.
Well, in my head, I sort of knew where it started from, but that mess up, he didn't mention anything, how he got attracted to me. Because with that first mess up, I didn't let him, speak to me as much because I wasn't taking him seriously. I kept laughing at him.
Okay. So please continue then. What happened afterwards?
So again, like I said, like before, I couldn't stand my family, didn't like being around them. My body would start burning when I was around them. Then I started getting a pain on my side. On the left side, on the side of my body. I was for that I thought it might be doctors, so I went to doctors. They did tests. They sent me for scans. I've had all sorts of scans. I've even had an MRI scan to see what was actually happening there. I couldn't walk for too long. I couldn't sit down for too long. That pain was constantly there. But the area wasn't sore or anything. It was just an inside pain. The doctors, they couldn't find anything. And they did a lot of stuff. It got to a point where I was told I just have to accept my pain and live with it because there's nothing there.
And just confirm that pain was constant, or was it, periodically like coming, or was it?
So at this start, it would constantly be there. So no painkillers would work. They'd given me loads of different, painkillers, different types. And nothing helped, and they couldn't find anything. They'd run every scan you can think of, and there's nothing there. Then I was just told I gotta accept my pain and live with it. Then my nightmares started again. So I am seeing snakes and stuff. But this time it got worse to a point where when I'm asleep, I could see, like in my room, I could see a figure, and it was black. And I don't.
So it wasn't an animal this time; it was a person,
No,
or like a humanoid figure.
Yeah, you can't see the
Mhm.
face, but it's like a human figure, and it was
Yeah.
black, and it's that outfit on that was like everything was all black, and it'd come up to me, and it would literally strangle me in my sleep, um, and I'd feel like it had to stand on my chest. And again, so I used to wake up from my sleep fighting with it. My sister would see me actually, fighting something
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah.
but there's nothing there. And then I'd wake up, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm in my room, there's no one here. But then the first time it was scary for me because I looked at myself in the mirror, I saw marks on my neck from when
And
it
that was
stabbed
where he
me.
was at. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'd get marks, and you see you like if you have your hand around someone's neck and you have your fingerprints on,
Yeah.
you leave
Yeah.
a fingerprint. So it was like that. I'd have but I'd have 10 fingerprints around my neck. Or even on my chest, I could see like a mark, like a footprint on my chest, and it wasn't sore. It was just red.
And
And it happened several times.
um, did anything physically affect you while you were awake?
Um, when I was awake, I would be okay, like if I was on my own,
If you're
not
on
when
your
I was
own.
with my family. Yeah, if I was on my own. So at that point, I'm very isolated. I would literally be in my room all the time, unless I went to uni or when I went out. The days if I didn't go out, the days where I couldn't get myself out of bed, I would be in bed. It got worse to a point where I stopped eating. So I became very underweight because I wasn't eating.
In
And
the notes that
the
you,
only
yeah,
the
sorry.
only
In the
thing I was sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
So the only thing then I was able to eat, like I said, I didn't like Asian people, I didn't like Muslims, and do you like Korean stuff? I could not stand it. I hated the smell of curry. I would not eat it. I went almost a year without eating curry. Um, all I could literally have stuff like fish and chips and like white food. Stuff like that. That's all I could eat. I could not eat Asian food.
Okay. You said in your notes that you sent me that you felt like something was walking with you, and there was an incident when your phone got smashed. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so there was once I was walking out of uni and I always walk past there every time. So I was on the way home from uni, I was walking towards a bus station. And as I walked out of uni, you like if someone's behind you and you can feel it, there's someone behind you. Like there's
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
there.
like a
So I
presence,
feel like
right?
and I could feel like there's someone was there behind me, but I kept looking around, but there's no one there. And I could feel it right next to me, and I was walking, I was just there on my phone walking. Next minute, I felt someone pushed me, and I held on to the lamppost, but my phone literally fell out of my hand, and it fully smashed.
And was that like an actual physical push or?
Yeah, it was a push. I felt that push, but there's no one there. There's no one behind me. Another time, another incident happened again where again I was walking out of uni, walking to the station. Again, there's
Yeah.
no one there, and I'm literally down my own walking. I'm just on my phone listening to music and just walking. And all of a sudden, again, I can feel something walking with me. It gets in my way, and I keep tripping over. And then when all of a sudden it pushed me, this time it pushed me so like hard to a point where I fell on the floor. I cut my knee open and I just like zoned out, and all of a sudden I started crying. I was fully crying and there's no one there. I was crying and my knee was fully like gone. It was fully cut open. My jeans were ripped, my knees like all you can see is blood. You know when you used to cut yourself and you can see the white bit inside?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It was so bad. And then I came home, then I spoke to my family and stuff about it, about what happened. Then my mum was like, it's not helping. The doctors ain't going to do anything. And the mess ups aren't really doing much over here. So they suggested that I should go back to Bangladesh
Okay.
and have a treatment done.
Just to stop before we go to the Bangladesh section of the story. So the second imam that you went to, he said to you that there was black magic done to you. Did he? And I don't know how much of this you can talk about really, but could you tell us a bit more details about what he said and how he came to that conclusion? And
so with him, like later on, we found out what exactly happened when I went Bangladesh. But with him, he just said, I've just got a jinn with me, and then someone put it on me. That's all he said. Then he tried to give me one of those tabbies again, and I said, I'm not going to put that on me. You can't make me put that on me. So he's trying to, explain to me that, yeah, you might not believe in it or you might not want to wear it, but again, you have Allah's words on your body. So again, if something tries to come near you, that is going to stop you from it to even come near you. So he made me fall for his words, and I did put it on my neck for a bit.
and did it help?
At first, I didn't help because the one he gave, it was just on my neck. It wasn't doing anything.
Okay.
Again, I'd wake up and I'd find it next to my bed. Like, not on my neck, it's literally next to my bed or on the floor. And I don't know how it got on there.
Okay.
Then he gave me water to drink and stuff, but that didn't help as much. So obviously, after he gave me stuff, then obviously I felt something with me, it's pushing me over, breaking my phone, cutting my knee open. That's when I decided that I would go to Bangladesh, because I didn't want to go to Bangladesh, but I just felt like there's no other option for me. Other than, you know what, I need to give this a try, because with the way I am, it's not good. I wasn't feeling good at all. At that point, I said I'd do anything just to feel myself again. I just wanted to be out there to feel better again.
Yeah.
Then I went to Bangladesh.
So tell us about Bangladesh then. What happened over there?
Oh, so I went with my dad. Again, on the way to Bangladesh, I wasn't liking my dad. On the plane, me and him was having arguments over little stuff, because I just didn't want to be sat next to him or anything. Then I went to Bangladesh at a time. It was a holiday season, so the plane was empty. So I made my dad go sit on the other side, and I sat on one side. Then we went back home. Then when I went over there, I was okay with my family over there. I was alright around them. It was okay, but again, I didn't like my dad. When I used to hear my dad's voice, when I used to hear my dad talk, I couldn't stand it. I'd get angry.
And when was this that you went? Was that in 2015 as well? Okay, so this is like a year. So this is like a year and a half into the incidents. Okay.
Yeah. So I went Bangladesh in 2016. I went with my dad, and I didn't like him. When he used to talk, I never liked it. If he said anything good, I'd take it the wrong way. I never took it in a good way. Then my uncle, he saw this mess up. So with this mess up, he didn't personally see me. He didn't. He took my name and stuff, and he did istikhara.
Okay.
It's an istikhara one. So he did that, and he gave my uncle this tabis, and he said to put it on my body, and he said to my uncle, phone me at 10 o'clock at night. So my uncle came home around 6, 7, and I put it on me. I didn't want anyone to know I had a tabis around me, so I put it around my waist. And then I was okay, like it was all fine. Then slowly, like I'd say, like around 9 o'clock, all of a sudden I started feeling really depressed. I felt really depressed and slowly, like, out of nowhere, I was crying.
Mm.
I was crying, but at the same time, I didn't want my family over there to see that I was crying, so I was hiding it. But I felt like something was, you know, like when you have a heartbreak or when you hear bad news and you can feel your
Yeah,
heart
yeah,
like
yeah,
breaking,
yeah. Your heart sunk. Yeah, yeah,
really, it
yeah.
felt like that, and I was just getting upset. And it got to about 10 o'clock. I
Mm.
felt my body burning. My body was burning, and I was taking it, and
When you say burning, was that like more like a physical pain, or did you just feel anxiety? And you didn't know anything about, like, what your uncle said to you, what the mess up
I
said to your uncle or anything. You didn't know nothing about
no,
that. Okay.
no. So
S-
my body it was just like burning. You know, like I mentioned before, when you burn yourself and
mm.
it burns to done it. So my
Yeah,
body was
yeah.
burning like that. So
Okay.
all of a sudden, I was really quiet and I was taking
Mm.
it. All of a sudden, I started putting music on. I was singing to it, and then all of a sudden, I was like, "Take that shit off me right now. I don't
Of
want
the
this. Why are
tabby.
you guys? Yeah, like why are you guys doing this to me? Why do you guys want to hurt me like that? Don't you love me?" I was fully crying. My whole family came. My dad came, and they were just worried, like, "Why am I doing this?" And then I
Mm.
started trashing the whole house, like literally everything that was on top of the drawers and stuff. I trashed the whole place down. And by then I'm very underweight, so I had so much strength to the point where I picked one of the wardrobes up and I literally chucked it on the floor, and that was
Wow.
smashed. I started smashing the mirrors, and I'm just saying, pass me some scissors, take that shit off me. I can't hack it anymore. You guys are gonna kill me right now. Is that why, like, I was happy in England? Why did you bring me back over here? Did you bring me back over here to kill me? So then by the way, I don't really know myself around that house because it's new
Mm.
me in there.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where I knew the scissors were. I went to the kitchen. First drawer I opened, the scissors there. I cut my thingy off my waist, the tabbies off my waist, and I just fainted. I
As soon as you cut it, or
Yeah,
before you cut it.
as soon as I cut it, I
Mm.
fainted in the kitchen, and then my uncle and my dad would pick me up, and they said to me I was sleeping um for about an hour. They got the doctor. The doctor was like, "Oh, just let her rest." Then I woke up. I'm okay again. I was like, "Yo," but they were all sat beside me, and I was like, "What's happening? Why are you guys making me like that for? Why are you giving me so much attention?" And
Mm.
they was like, "No, no, we just sort of sat next to you." They didn't want to tell me what exactly happened. They were just saying to me like, "Oh no, we just sat next to you. We were just talking, and obviously
Uh,
you're asleep, so we just stayed around you." And then eventually, the next day, my auntie said to me, basically, "Your uncle gave you this tab is what you put around you." Got to around 10 o'clock, and um you started your body started burning, you started screaming and shouting, and you're screaming and shouting. It wasn't normal type, it was a different voice shouting and screaming.
when you
And
say different voice,
it
what
wasn't
do you
me
mean?
shouting. So
And
like
yeah.
imagine if I shout and if I scream, that's me, isn't it? So it was
Yeah.
like a different voice. The voice was very different. That wasn't my voice.
And do you
Um,
remember anything from the night before? Like,
no, I
no.
don't. I don't remember anything. So my auntie said to me that my uncle, when that was happening to me, my uncle, his phone that messed up, but that messed up never answered the call again.
He never answered, even
No,
after. No.
he never answered the call. Then my uncle, he found this other mess up. Apparently, he had good reviews about him. He's a really good guy. So went to see that guy, and he we went there, and he did that istikhara again. And this time, this one said to me that I had a
And you saw,
jinni, and
sorry, you went and saw this one in person, right?
yeah, I went to see this one in person. He saw me in person, And he did the istikhara, and he was just saying he looked into the water and he was saying exactly what happened to me when I was in England. So he was saying that, oh, you get marked when your body is strangling you, it's standing on you feel depressed, you feel isolated, you don't like your family. So I didn't have to tell him any of this. He just said it himself. And then
So, just a few questions I have regarding the previous masab. So the tawiz that he gave you, like after the incident that happened at 10 o'clock, and when you woke up, how did you feel? How did you
so I
feel like
woke
within
up
yourself?
feeling really drained.
Mm.
I felt really drained and my energy was really, really low. I couldn't get myself out of bed. My auntie had literally had to hold on to me to sit me up to feed me.
Yeah. But
But
how did you feel mentally? Physically?
mentally, I was
Yeah.
physically, I was weak.
Yeah.
Mentally, I was drained.
Yeah.
And I wasn't eating as much. So when I went Bangladesh, again, I didn't like the curries and stuff. I was literally living off chips and stuff like that, chicken nuggets, chips and stuff. So she
Okay.
literally fed me, and then I went to sleep again. And I literally slept for hours, and I felt like I was so tired and so drained. And that next day, I kept sleeping all day. And
Okay.
the day after, I went to see this new myself.
Yeah. So tell me a bit more about this new masab then. What did he say to you?
So with this one, so basically with the messed up 70 in England, I had to tell them how I felt. When this new mess I went to Bangladesh, I didn't have to tell him anything. He literally asked for my name, my mum's name, and he looked into the water, and he said exactly what happened to me when I was in England.
Okay.
Then I was a bit shocked, like, yo, like, how does he know? Like, he literally said everything that happened to me. Then he was saying that then he told me how it started. He said to me, you walked out your college. It's a dark road. It was just after Maghrib. You were listening to music and you left your hair down. And the jinn was on the tree at the top, and you caught his attention and it came onto you. And the jinn literally fell in love with you, and it didn't want to be away from you. It was there with you. And this jinn, it stays with you all the time. So every time you're in the shower, when you're getting dressed, when you're asleep, when you're eating, it's constantly with you. It's not leaving you alone. So when you try to pray, you can't, because that stops you. When you hear the azan, you don't like it, and if you're hearing voice, it's that what's with you that's making you not to like these stuff. And then about you not liking your family, not able to come home and stuff, because a family, I'm not going to say who it was, but a family member has put a jinn with you. So they were already aware what was happening with you. They knew exactly what you're going to mess up, saying stuff. And it's them people that are going with you and your parents, and it's them people that are putting it on you to make you even worse. So then you stay away from your house, you stay away from your family, and they just wanted you to be out of your house and live your own life. So then it's a bad reputation for your family as well. It looks bad on your family, and it sort of looks bad on you as well. So you know how Asian people are, they talk about other people.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, they've seen that family's like that now. So my family, alhamdulillah, we're really good family, like we're a happy family. There's no arguments in my family at all. We get along so good. So they wanted to destroy that. So they wanted me out the house, and it's the same people that did that to me, but would also phone my mum up to ask how I'm doing. If my mum said, "Oh, she's looking a bit better now. She's getting along. She's feeling good, better," then they do it even more to get me feel even worse.
Wow, that's
So
shocking.
yeah. And so this guy, he told me stuff and like what exactly happened. Then I was sat next to him, and he was saying to me, he's a really nice guy, bless him. And he was like, "I'm gonna make sure you're okay and stuff. You are gonna go back feeling your old self." Then he read this dua. I can't remember what dua he read. He read this dua and he literally like after he finished doing the dua, he thinking it on me, like blew it on me.
Yeah.
At that moment, for about an hour, I was like, yo, like I can feel my old self again. My energy is back. My walking, I'm still walking at a fast pace. Like I went back to my house and I was walking at a fast pace and I was feeling so good with myself.
Like a spring in your step. Yeah.
Yeah, like yo, I'm back to myself again.
Yeah.
So this guy, he gave me water to shower with. He wanted to give me tablets. I said I don't believe in that. I don't want it. So he gave stuff for the house. He goes, like, if you don't want to put it on you, keep it in your house. So I'm gonna give it for you to keep it in your house in Bangladesh. And then before you go back to England, I'm gonna see you again. And then I'm gonna give you stuff for your house over there because they've done it in your house. So even if I do cure you, it's still in your house. It's still the stuff in your house is gonna still affect you. So I didn't put tablets on me. He gave me water to drink. He gave me oil. He gave me water to shower with. The water to shower with, the oil and stuff. At first, I wasn't liking it, and he explained it to me. He was trying to say to me that it's with you and it's with you all the time. So you're gonna feel this burning sensation. You're not gonna like it, but you have to take it. You're very strong. You went through this all by yourself, and you can do this. So it's with you. So when you're pouring this water on your body, it's not gonna like it. But the more you keep pouring that water in your body, it's eventually gonna have enough, and it's gonna leave you because you can't take it anymore. So you are gonna go through a bit of pain, but you have to do this.
And this is the one that fell in love with you. What about the one that was sent to you? Both of them?
Yeah, so again, with that one, he said they're both with you. So the one that was with you, the white one, it's not affecting you, and it won't. After I'm done with you, it won't affect you as bad. I can easily get that out of you. It's the one what they put on you that will be hard to get rid of you.
Because he's on a mission.
Yeah, he's on a mission, and it's not going to leave you anytime soon.
So the first one that was is that you said white one? So like, you know, jinns, they have different cultures, different races, different religions and stuff. Is that the reasons why, like, you know, you were off Asian food and that kind of stuff? Or
so that's why he said to me, I didn't like Muslims or any sort of Asian people, or I didn't like the food they ate because I had a white one with me. So for about a year, I did not eat anything Asian. I just ate white food because I didn't like it. And also, I would only listen to music. I would literally go sleep listening to music. I would wake up listening to music. Like constantly, I love one earphones in, listening to music. I'd shower listening to music. So me doing this, and I had that white one with me. It was attracted to all that stuff and is liking it.
Okay.
So I was doing the guy's stuff what he gave me. I started feeling okay. I started feeling a lot better. I was eating slowly. I was able to eat curry. So after the year, the first curry I had was in back home. So I was able to, you know, feel myself a bit better and stuff like that. Then I came back after I was in Bangladesh for 5 weeks.
Okay.
And then I came back.
Yeah.
And at first, it was okay. It was okay at first. Then for about a week, it was okay. Then slowly I started feeling like how I started feeling again. And the guy said, I've given you stuff for the house. Did you take it? And we forgot to put, like, the tablets what he gave for the house, we left it. We forgot to get it. So he was saying, it's in your house. The house one is affecting you really bad now. The white one is not with you anymore. So again, because the white one wasn't with me, I didn't mind Asian people at that point.
Okay.
So the white one was like, he took that out of me. And then that other one, the one that's in my house, that was still affecting me. The hate from my family wasn't as bad, but I still sometimes the hate was still there, on and
Yeah.
off ones.
Yeah.
1 minute I'd be okay, and next minute I would not even talk to them because I can't stand them. Then
Mhm.
my uncle, he sent it over the tabbies for the house. Then they put tabbies all around the house and stuff like that. Um, and then I was having days where I was feeling okay,
Okay.
having days where I wasn't. Then again, I had other issues in my life going on. So I started feeling, depressed again, feeling trapped within myself. And it got to a point where I just started thinking, do you know what? It's been going on for too long. There's other stuff happening in my life. I just can't take it, and there's no escape from this. And to me, back then, the only escape for me was to take my own life. And I tried several times where I overdosed myself. I ended up in hospital. I'd have to stay for a few days, and I come back. I'm feeling weak. Again, all of this is affecting my studies. I had to take a year out of uni because I wanted to quit, and my teachers were like, "You can't quit. You've come this far. You can't
Yeah.
quit. Take a year out." So I took a
Mhm.
year out of uni, um, and and then I started getting, and then I started taking the stuff from the guy what he gave from Bangladesh. It wasn't working on me like it did at the start. Then
Yeah.
I literally used to cry in my. I'd be in my room and I literally used to cry. I used to make duas that I did not want to wake up the next day. I was just so had enough of everything. I just don't
Yeah.
want to be alive anymore. So I used to make duas, and then I used to get dreams at night time where I used to hear someone telling me that
Yeah.
pray, everything will be okay.
Yeah.
You just need to constantly pray, read the Quran.
Mm.
Back then I used to get my nails done, I used to paint my nails and stuff,
Yeah.
and I used to get dreams again saying, someone used to say to me that take your nail down your shop and start praying. Then I tried to pray, but I still feel angry and stuff. Then I started listening to Ayatul Kursi. And the only time I still feel peace was when I was listening to Ayatul Kursi. And back in the day when I was a lot younger, I memorized Ayatul Kursi. But when everything was happening, I forgot
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
like the surahs and so I forgot everything. Then I started learning. So at night time, I used to go on YouTube and I used to try to learn how to pray. So at night time,
Yeah.
I used to learn all these du'as and stuff. But when I used to wake up, I
You
didn't want
didn't
to
want to
do
do
it.
it. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't want to
Yeah.
do it. So it kept happening. And there was once where I was listening to Ayatul Kursi and I felt so much peace within myself. And it was like, this was just before Fajr. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to get up and I am going to pray. Even if I don't want to, I'm going to force myself to pray. Then I started, like, I learned how to pray and stuff. Then I prayed Fajr. And when I was on the prayer mat, I would literally cry. Like, I didn't even know,
So,
like, for me to
yeah.
make dua, you know,
Mhm.
when you make duas for Allah to make your health better, there was nothing coming out of my mouth. Like, my mind was I was feeling so numb and so, like, zoned out. I was just sat in the prayer mat, I was just crying. And that morning, I literally woke up. I fell asleep on the prayer mat. And I woke up. And I woke up on the prayer mat. I was like, whoa, like, you're actually sleeping all night?
Yeah. So,
Um,
do you have any so what's the current situation then? Is that how you're feeling right now, or um?
and so basically, the current situation, I have good days, bad days. Some days I'm okay. Some days I have no energy at all. My side pains are still there, but it's not there as much.
Mhm.
So it's not there as much. But I went to mess up recently, and I was told, basically, it's been inside me for so long. It's literally left a shadow in me. So all I need to do now is constantly pray, and eventually it will go. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing your story and going into depth with everything that has happened to you. You've gone through a lot, and some of the stuff that you've said in regarding like how you felt depressed and trapped. No doubt there's people out there right now going through some things that are similar to you. They feel like they're trapped and they feel like there's nowhere to go, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel, right? So just praying and reading the
Yeah,
Mars.
one advice I'll give to people that are going through this is just pray. You might find it hard to pray, but just keep praying. Just ignore whatever's bothering you. Pray and you will feel okay, guys. You'll feel better.
Yeah. Thank you, sister, again for your call. We appreciate that you're sharing us your story, and thank you very much.